41 residents recently died in a COVID-19 outbreak at Extendicare's Parkside home in Regina. 71-year-old Brian Pitchford wasn't one of them. He died after a battle with lung and colon cancer. But his sister, Nicole Baker, says he hated initially living in a 4-person room until he was moved elsewhere during the outbreak. And she says Parkside nurses didn't always come when Brian called for help. Asked if she would ever live in an Extendicare home herself, she said 100% no.
My father, who lived in Moose Jaw, he died at Extendicare in Moose Jaw. And I was able, of course, this is 2015, so prior to COVID, I went to visit him several times. And I remember the first time I walked in and I just see people in wheelchairs lining the halls and they're reaching their hands out. And I was just like, it was like a horror film to me. Like it was dystopian almost. And, maybe it's better that I didn't get to see Brian there, because I probably would have, returned to my car and just cried.
Extendicare says it wants to replace all of its Saskatchewan nursing homes, some of which date back to the early 1960s, with new facilities. The designs include single rooms, more space for hallways and dining halls, modern infection control standards, and more staff. There's a catch, though. The company says that because of its agreement with the Saskatchewan government, which provides it with annual funding to operate the homes, it needs the province's approval for any redevelopment plans. Now, Extendicare has been in talks with the province for years about this. The Saskatchewan NDP says the time for talk is over.
Neither the province nor Extendicare have really they've attempted to pass the buck off to each other back and forth, which has led to nothing happening. And at the end of the day, the people who are suffering due to that are the residents and their families and loved ones who are seeing the effects of that.
The Saskatchewan government says its years-long talks with Extendicare remain ongoing. Nicole Baker, meanwhile, says it shouldn't have taken a COVID-19 outbreak at Parkside to finally move her brother to a 2-person room. Quenneville, CBC News, Saskatoon.